All right, what's up, YouTube? This is Wayman Soder filling for Spoonsy's channel.
Yep.
And who am I with?
I am Spoonsies. Yeah, Matt.
Oh wow. What did? Who are you? Why are you here? And what did you do?
Okay, so I actually top 8 with Penelope.
Oh,
Crazy enough.
I thought that deck was dead.
All right. Triff may have had you thought that for a little bit here, but no, it's not dead.
Hold on. Am I gonna scroll down and see like Sky Striker Engage or something like that,
no,
or is
no,
this
no,
actually
no.
Pendulum?
This is real Pendulum. No hate the Triff, but this is actual Pendulum here.
All right, sweet. So, and look, the Matt. He can prove it.
Yep, Matt here for top 8 finish. Got 8th place at the Utah Sandy Regionals. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the deck profile.
All right, perfect. So
Actually, hold on. Matchups. Let's talk about your matchups.
That's right. So what I did is I went against 2 Sky Striker decks. I went against 2 Dragon Link. I went against Medolce. I went against Stun, and I went against Thunder Dragon. So I lost to Medolce round 1 from a dude at our store. He was pretty good. 2-0'd me. Had no idea what I was doing against Medolce. Broke my boards. That's pretty much it. Then actually round 2, I had a draw against Dragon Link because we went into time. Kind of a dumb situation. I might talk about it in a later video. But from there on, I pretty much just had smooth sailing, won every other game, and was able to recover.
Wait, so you were down 0-1-1 after 2 rounds?
Yeah, so 0-1-1 after 2 rounds.
Wow.
Pretty discouraged. I was like, dang, I gotta film this video. Like, it's not gonna work out anymore. But yeah, I made a comeback and I got top 8.
You got there. You got there. All right,
Definitely.
so take us into the deck.
So for sure, just Meyer, beautiful field center here. Thank you, Wayman. But yeah, so let's go into main deck. First, we're playing Triple Servant of Endymion. It's just good. We have to run 3. Then next, we're playing the other Servant of Endymion, which is Magical Abductor. So Magical Abductor, instead of special summoning a Pendulum monster from your deck, it adds one from your deck to your hand. So when it gets 3 spell counters, it can do that. Its monster effect is kind of not really important here, but in addition to being able to Rota any Pendulum monster, it also has 1700 attack. So it's a big beat stick. You can actually go ahead and summon it off of Servant if you run out of target somehow. So it's overall a good card.
Okay, and what do you usually search with Abductor?
It really depends. If I need a high scale, I'll search a high scale. That's usually the best thing to search. But if I like have a servant that I can resolve, sometimes I'll do that so I can protect my Pendulum summons with Jackal King.
Okay.
But yeah, so a couple things you can do. It really varies. It's really where you're at in the game and what would be the best thing to add.
Okay.
So next up, we are playing a couple more Endymions. We are playing the Magister and the Reflection of Endymion. So Reflection of Endymion, I do want to say, is in theory really good. It didn't come up, but I don't think I would cut it. What it does is when you Pendulum summon it, or Special summon it, sorry, you can go ahead and you can target one card your opponent controls and one card you control besides it with a spell counter and return them to hand. So in theory, this takes care of there can only be one, it takes care of any floodgates, and it can kind of allow you to go ahead and push for game. It's also level 7, meaning that we can go into Vortex with it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and then the Magister here, it can actually do what Servant does, but it special summons a monster that can hold spell counters from extra deck. It's okay, it can come up.
Okay.
But where it's really good is its monster effect. So remove 3 spell counters from anywhere on your field, and special summon a monster that can hold spell counters from your deck.
Okay.
So yeah, you'll say your opponent super polys you. This is an Earth, so you're gonna be left with this. Yeah, just summon another interruption and win.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So pretty good there. And then to round off the Endymions, we're playing the double Mighty Masters. I like it at 2 here. It's just really good. I do feel like there's a lot more control decks, so being able to negate spells and traps is, of course, amazing. And also, its scale effect lets you pretty much just destroy your entire opponent's field. So it's really good going second, and it's good to sit on going first. Against Striker, you do need 2. They have a way to get rid of one, but not the other. So it's really good for that reason.
Okay. And that's your Endymion lineup?
So, yes, besides the next card, which I'm going to talk about, which is the other best Endymion card, which is not actually Endymion card, the Jackal Kings. This does what our Mighty Master does, but for monsters, it's not as like it doesn't stay on the field as long as he does, but this protects you from Nibiru. You're always going to be going into this to protect your plays, making this the most resilient and safe combo deck in the game, in my opinion. Because honestly, if you know how to play with your hand traps, you can save this for Nibiru and push for game.
Okay.
So it's really good for that reason.
And you don't play, it doesn't look like the Cerberus engine.
No, I don't like Cerberus. I do feel like locking yourself into a skill 4 if your opponent ashes it is bad. In theory, yeah, you can fix it with Electromite, but why rely on your Electromite if you don't have to?
Okay.
So actually, in place of the Mythical Beast engine, which is used for combo extension, I am playing 3 Curtain Raisers. This is kind of a lower scale at 7, which we don't like to see, though we can use it for pendulum summoning. Its main purpose, though, is to special summon itself from the scale. So that is a hard once per game, so it's not good past that. However, it is a dark, so if we draw into one instead, just allure it. Draw 2 cards.
And it's 2100 vanilla, right?
Yeah, 2100 when it's the only one, when it's the only monster on the field. So overall, pretty solid. Next up for extension, we are playing the 3 Chronograph, 1 Time Gazer. Chronograph has an effect from hand, actually. When a card is destroyed on your field, you can special summon it and 1 monster from your hand. It's really good protection if you're getting OTK'd. You can also do it to just go into a higher link scale before you actually pendulum summon, which is nice. The Time Gazer Magician protects your servant from Ghost Ogre, so the first card in your pendulum zone that would be destroyed, and I should say cards, so if they Twin Twisters you, they're still safe. But yeah, the first time they would be destroyed, they're not. So overall, very solid. Protects your servant. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and then to move on to the best normal summon of the deck, 3 Dark Worms, 1 Gate 0. 3 Dark Worms in here, they add the Gate 0, which is the best low scale in the deck. It's also level 7 to facilitate your Guard Dragon / Vortex Dragon plays. I do like 3, a lot of people play 2, but I think this being the best normal summon is perfectly fine playing it at 3. So moving on to the last 2 monsters, we have a Sloth and we have a Destrudo. So Destrudo is just solely for Guard Dragon combos. Sloth, in my opinion, is better than Aether right now. The reason why I think this is better than Aether is because people aren't playing it. When people don't expect Sloth, it's really good. When they expect Sloth, it's really bad. So essentially, what you do, or what most people do against Heavenly Spheres, is they'll normal summon and they'll attack into it because they know, hey, they can bounce it to hand, but at that point they summon Aether, there's nothing to banish. That's the best way to deal with that Heavenly Spheres. Well, when they attack into your spheres, you summon Sloth. What are they going to do? Locks them out of their turn pretty much, and you can go ahead and OTK them next turn. So for that reason, I think it's really strong. You can also summon it off of LP with an Appaloosa on board to have like 4 negates and then a full attack, 2250. So it's going to make it really hard for your opponent to get over with the normal summon. Pinkertops can of course hurt, but if they don't open Pinkertops, it's pretty much game.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so moving on to spells, we have 3 Spellcraft Masteries. This is just the Rhoda for the deck for any Endymion card. Then we are playing the 2 Dragon Shine and 1 Foolish. This is just to send the Dark Worm to graveyard. However, if you open multiples, you can go ahead and send Destrudo. It's pretty good here. It does come up late game actually more than you would expect because Destrudo at that point is just a free extender no matter what. So then moving on past that, we have a little field spell lineup. We have the Secret Village, we have the Magical Citadel, and we have the Terraforming. So this is the MVP of the day, the Secret Village here. Secret Village is what won me my striker matchups, 100%. In the future, I would consider bumping this up to 2. It was just so strong today, or sorry, yesterday. But yeah, overall performed very well. When it comes to Citadel, this is actually another amazing card in the deck. How it works is it counts the amount of spells you activate and holds them. So let's say you go ahead and scale Abductor. What's going to end up happening is you can resolve Abductor, and then this has counted the amount of spells that were used to put counters on Abductor. You can then go ahead and resolve a Servant using the counters from this card.
Okay.
So yeah, if I didn't mention that, you can substitute the counters on this card for any monster that requires removing spell counters. And then the 1 Terraforming, actually, did you know if this is ultimate rare, you see it more. So yeah,
all right, perfect.
Okay, so past that, we have 3 Allure of Darkness, extra draw power, we have 3 Into the Voids, and we have 1 Upstart. So with this count, we're playing a 30 card deck. We are seeing side a lot more frequently, and it's just overall very good. We are playing a higher concentration of dark monsters, so I never really see these dead in my hand. And yeah, so overall, really good draw power.
No desires?
No desires. I don't think desires is necessary in a 40 card deck because we are playing 1-ofs. And I mean, we're technically playing a 30 card deck already, so in theory, it's pretty good.
All right.
I don't see the need. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to what we were siding for the event. So to start us off, we just have a basic 6 monster lineup. We have 2 Lava Golems, 2 Sekka, and 2 Skullmeister. So the Lava Golem, I think, is just better than Sphere Modes because you can OTK through it easier. In addition to this, you can actually do it against Orcus when they summon the monster to the field to link away with Ip. As far as Denko goes, it's just really good in general, being able to lock out back row decks. And then these Skullmeisters were for if I played like Orcust in theory. I didn't run into that, so I didn't really see them at all.
And would you play Drolls instead of the Skullmeisters, or?
I don't think I would have played Drolled. I think I would have played probably like maybe another Secret Village and another Lava Golem would have been pretty good. But I would also consider DD Crows and Lancias as well. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it for the monster lineup in the side. Then we have the 3 Cosmics, the 3 Dark Ruler No Mores, and to round it off, the 3 Evenly. So, I mean, honestly, aside from these all kind of do the same thing. So the Cosmics take care of Orcust, either forces their Crescendo or gets rid of their Babel, which is really good. So these in conjunction are really good against different like control decks because you can evenly match your board, get rid of their last set. It's just really good in general. And then the Dark Ruler No Mores and the Evenlies also have synergy together because you're able to clear boards. They summon a Colossus, whatever, doesn't matter, just negate it. They summon a full Thunderfield, doesn't matter, just stop it. So yeah, overall, it's pretty good.
Any changes you'd make to your side beyond the Skullmeisters?
Yeah, like I said, Secret Village would be really good, running at multiples. Honestly, MVP of the day, it was a free win against Striker. Both matches I played, I think it was quite strong.
Okay, well, what about your extra deck?
Yeah, so going on to extra, we are playing 1 Electromite, 1 Lambda, and 1 Phoenix. Lambda is just 2 pointing down. I don't like IP because there's not too much we can go into besides Nightmare Phoenix, which can be okay, but honestly, the 1700 attack on Lambda is why I play it. It is the highest attack link 2, to my knowledge, and because of that, I was actually able to steal a couple games just attacking with this. So yeah, it does come down to that sometimes, that long grind game where you do need a higher attack monster to go into.
Okay.
To continue, we are playing Guard Dragons. We're playing LP, Triple Burst, and Hermetic Seals. This is just for Guard Dragon combo here. This can either be used to summon out your Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, or it can be used alternatively with LP and Appaloosa to summon out that Sloth. Spheres is just amazing, being able to summon Sloth from deck and bounce a card too. So overall, lots of different combo paths you can do, and all are very effective at what they do. So moving on to our last honorary Guard Dragon. This is our Aegis Skull Dread. What I would often do with this is actually draw into my Secret Village, which is kind of cheeky. It's definitely luck based, but when I have a full setup already, why not? Why not just test it, see if we can make it a little bit better? So for that reason, I do play it. It boosts attack as well, and people don't know, but that attack gain stays when it leaves field. So you can make like that Sloth even bigger. Let's say if you want to go into this instead of Appaloosa, and it's going to make it harder for them to attack into it. So next up, we have Avermax and Appaloosa. I definitely wouldn't be playing Avermax anymore. I don't think it's really necessary. A lot of decks have answers to this, like Orcust, for example. Appaloosa is just really good in general, being able to have 3 to 4 negates, often 4 to negates, and then summoning Sloth to one of her zones. It's just so strong. So yeah. And then moving on to our OTKs, we have, of course, our Warlord Dragon, Boral Sword. I think Warlord is 100% necessary because it gets rid of just random rogue cards. So for that reason, I definitely would keep it in. Boral Sword, I mean, his Boral Sword.
Warlord's also not with that, what is it, the Blackluster Soldier?
Oh yeah, so Warlord takes care of the Blackluster Soldier with ease. So moving on, we have a couple Exceed monsters. We have Abyss Dweller. It's amazing going blind. I actually didn't summon it today, or yesterday. Sorry, keep getting that wrong, but in theory it's really good. I would still keep it in. And then we have the Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, which literally just summons the Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. This is part of Guard Dragon combo. This is how we get this out with that Agathon. Then to round it off, we just have the FA Dawn Dragster. This is just to go into when we have the Strudo. Oftentimes that don't go into it, but if we have the resources, why not? You know?
Alright, sweet.
Yeah.
So any changes you'd make at all to your deck?
Yeah, I would definitely find the room for Secret Villages. I would look at editing my Endymion count a little bit. You know, Magister in theory is really good. However, the way I'm playing the deck currently, I think I don't need it. I think I'm fine cutting that. Honestly, I would consider bumping up to a 3rd Mighty Master, maybe in place of that, and definitely finding a way to put another Secret Village into my main deck, for sure.
Okay, any shoutouts or anything else?
Yeah, shout out Wayman, he let me borrow some cards. Shout out Alex, he let me borrow an Appaloosa, and also Wayman let me borrow all these beautiful ultis, so that's some spice for you guys. Shout out Jesse, both Chadwick and Henderson, for helping me test. Shout out Trevor for letting me testing Salmon Great, which is probably my most my worst matchup. I didn't even play whatever. And yeah, besides that,
All right, so we're gonna see you at Nationals.
that is right. You'll see me on Nationals for sure.
All right, well, very nice. Thank you again.
Thank you.